So today we're going to revisit the Latvian Gambit, and this is something that I play exclusively as black against e4, and this gambit is fundamentally unsound, as we know. However, we're going to show you this game with an idea that the opposing player plays what appear to be regular sound moves and is lost, and continues to be lost until I give him an opportunity to get back into the game. However, this is an example of the kind of situation where I talk about, we have the open F file, we have all kinds of pressure in the center, and we've successfully castled and set up a very successful attacking position. Stockfish says that white is lost at a certain point, and it looks like a normal middle game to most people. So we're going to show you that at this point and see what you think about this game. So, turn on the engine, and this player accepts the Latvian Gambit in a way I don't really care for very much. By the way, knight to c3 is a bad move. So now basically he's given us a lot of opportunity to develop, and it says here that we're down approximately 1. Now to me, the computer says we're down, I say we have an even game. So now we're up if we play queen to g6, which we don't. I like setting up a pawn chain, getting my bishop active on either d6 or c5. If I absolutely have to play a cramped position, it can end up on e7. And now, of course, we have established a significant advantage. The computer wants me to play bishop to e7 or knight to a6. So I make the more aggressive move. And now the question is, can he get away with playing d3? And he'll get kind of a cheap check in the middle of this and destroy my position, but he plays rook to e1 first. So lesson number 1 kind of is take a good look at why he should have played d3 instead, challenging the center, because he'll get a check in and disrupt the flow of the game for black. So does it look like he can take that pawn a couple times because of the pin on the d5? Well, probably not, because there's all kinds of cheap tricks involved on f2 and h7 and h2. So it says here he should move d4. He moves queen to e2. Notice he's lost. Anytime you're over 2 down, and this player is now down 3, that's a winning advantage. Now he's down 2.5. Computer's changing its mind. So the operative part of this position, how could he be lost in this position? I mean, it looks like fairly even development. Black's got all the space in the center. There's a pin on the e4 pawn. What we need to do, according to the computer, is move in the corner, which is something I believe I did. And now it says he needs to move d3. He's continuously going to be lost here, no matter what. So now he should take back. He does. And now, look at that. I have bishop takes d3. That just crushes him because of the f2 threat. Now, I don't play that. I play a developing move. And the reason I play the developing move is that I like getting my rooks connected, I like avoiding counterplay, and I have the same advantage I would by taking the pawn. Now it says he should be protecting the pawn with bishop to c2, which he does. You can't really blame him. He's making all the computer moves. Now, this is a move where no doubt I got overly aggressive. All I have to do is play queen to g6, pressuring that d-pawn again, but instead I play my queen over there and I lose my huge advantage. I no longer have a winning advantage. Then he plays g3, which is practically forced. Now it says I should play queen to f6, which is not in my nature. And now I'm only 1 up, which is a far cry from being 3 up. 1 up is not a winning advantage. So he should play d4, trade bishops if possible. Instead, he moves his queen back. So now he's lost again. So that's how easily games turn around, Oh, how can he be utterly lost in this position? Well, look at his king side. Look at the holes. If you're playing Stockfish, you're lost. So I'm not Stockfish, so we'll see how I do. I don't do too poorly, actually. He should play f4 here, doesn't. He sacks his rook because he doesn't see any other way to deal with all the threats that are coming. You know, he can trade queens, but the threats are still there. So now it says I should have taken, which I don't do. Doesn't really matter. I'm still up 3. So I'm sitting all over this position. Now I'm up 4. Now we do take bishop, which I'm playing the wrong move according to the computer, but I'm still up 6. Queen to g1. Now bishop takes c3, which is kind of a no-brainer. I like keeping my 2 bishops. So I'm only up 5. I wonder that'd be a blunder according to some people. So now what we're going to see is that there's this mate here. He's run into mate. So the end of the game is here. And what's interesting is that it looked like a fairly innocuous situation. And it looked like white was just developing, just making moves, and was okay. And he was never okay. He was lost. I gave him an opportunity to get back in there for one move, and it went back the other direction. So that's something to keep in mind, that if your radar is going off and you feel you have a one position, and there is no definitive material advantage one way or the other, have faith in what you're being told inside about your attacking position. And that's the end of today.